guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an old school sit down chatty get ready with me style. We're gonna talk some new makeup and try some new things. I have not done like a beauty related video in so freaking long, and for those of you who have been following along on Instagram, you probably already know why. I've been dealing with so much freaking stress with this weird allergic reaction I keep getting, and it's kind of like still, my left eye is still a little bit puffy. It's just a mess, but it looks better than it has in a hot minute. So I figured, why not use it as an opportunity to try some new things, do a little makeup look, make myself feel better. So that's what we're gonna do today. So sit on down, grab yourself a snack, and let's get into the makeup. Let's go ahead and clip this hair back. We're gonna start with these brows, and I just recently laminated them with an at-home Amazon kit, and can I just say, I was actually pretty impressed with the process. Like, I had them tinted, and then this is what they've looked like. It's been a week or so since I've done it. I don't know, I think they look pretty good, honestly. And this is the NYX the Brow Glue. I really like the Got To Be gel, like the straight up gel that you put in your hair. But my only issue with that is that it does leave a little bit of a white cast, and I don't love that. So what I do first is put up my brows how I want them. I told myself I would never get into this trend of like pushing them up like this, but I like it. I ended up liking it, and I think it kind of just like complements my eyes since I have larger eyes. So while that's drying, I'm actually using e.l.f.'s primer putty, the poreless putty primer, but in the liquid version, because I've tried the pot version before, and because I have dry skin, I just feel like it's not the best choice for me. No, I've never really given e.l.f. a fair chance, and I just felt like trying something new, and honestly I really like it. I've used it a couple times so far, and I have to say I am thoroughly impressed. Once my brows are nice and dry, I am using another new product. This is from Kosas, and this is the Nano Brow Pop Nano pen, and it's got a nice little spoolie on one end, so I just kind of go through one more time, and then look at how teeny tiny this brow pen is. And I got this shade Black Brown because I just couldn't commit to brown, but then I also felt like black was going to be too dark. My roots are pretty dark brown though. So basically in my sparse little areas, like right here, is where I just do teeny tiny little hair strokes and just fill them in. So it kind of gives more of like a straight brow look, you know? I don't naturally have very thick brows. They're very thin, and I overplucked them as a teenager, as we all did back in the early 2000s. And first of all, I also recently just saw that people are thinning out their brows on TikTok, and I was like, no, we are not bringing this back. Like, this is a horrible trend. What is up with all of the trends from the 90s and the 2000s coming back full force? Like, these Y2K trends have Gen Z crimping their hair and wearing flare pants, and then you have us millennials who are like trying to keep up with the trends, so we're trying to do that. Some of the stuff looks cute, you know. I loved me a good flare pant back in the day. I'm on board with the flare, but there are some things we just have to leave in the Y2K era, and the thin brows is one of them. So next up, we're gonna try some new makeup. This is from Merit Beauty, and also this bag, if you order, like your first order over $40, you get this super cute bag with it, and it is so stinking cute and free shipping. It's like a little corduroy bag, and I feel like you could use that for traveling, like, or just even to carry with you. So we're gonna try some new things. Also, if you get these in a set, like any of the sets on Merit, they're 15% off, and you know I love me a good set. We're gonna start with the eyes, and I am so excited because I've been seeing these. Let's grab this color here. All of Merit's products are non-comedogenic, basically just meaning that they're non-pore clogging, which we love. And I got this Solo Shadow in a color that I felt would be so flattering for fall. Like, are you kidding me? Look at that color. This is so beautiful. So it feels like a cream shadow, but then it dries like an actual shadow. And I just thought that was so stinking cool. I feel like I kind of want to use my finger for this because I don't know. I just want something that's like easy for every day. So I am just going to apply this to the outer portion of my eye, and I'm really not applying a lot of pressure. I'm just kind of like tapping it in, and then I'm gonna lift it out a little bit, and I can clean up the edges afterwards. So even if I was doing a regular shadow, I still would do my eyes first and clean it up. But I'm going for like an effortless fall kind of look today, so I want it to be a little bit smudgy and just like kind of rustic looking. Okay, love that. This is so cool. I have never seen a shadow like that before. So I'm gonna press this side because I want to see if there's a difference between like dragging it and pressing it into the skin. I think it is probably the way to go. And I started like right in my outer crease, and then I just kind of worked my way forward. So next up, we're gonna go in with some Lady Gaga foundation, and I have been obsessed with this, and now that I have the combination of the foundation and the concealer, I just want you to appreciate how beautifully this goes on the skin. So I'm using an Hourglass foundation brush, and do I need the lighter one? I might need the lighter one. I might have to mix two different shades because right now I'm like kind of in between, so that's okay. Basically, I just kind of buff this into the skin, but I don't fully blend it because I like to do my finishing with a beauty blender. I used to be like a full beauty blender girl, but now to get a little bit more coverage, especially like with what's going on underneath my eyes, I like to use a brush first and then tap everything in with a beauty blender. And if you're wondering on the shades, this is in the shade 210 light medium neutral. That's the slightly darker one. And the lighter one that I have on, which I'm more matched to right now, is 100 light neutral. And I will say that you have to really test these foundation colors, because I would have never, if I ordered this online, I would have never picked that color. Then I'm just gonna take a damp beauty blender and kind of like pat everything in, and I'm also dragging it up so that it pulls that eyeshadow a little bit higher up. And I might have to like fan it out with my finger a little bit more. I think this truly might be my favorite foundation of the year. It just goes on so nicely, and it has such a good undertone for me. I really wanted to love that new MAC hydrating foundation, the one that's like a serum foundation, but it's so yellow on me and it just did not look right. I mean, really, just look at like the finish of this. It's so beautiful. And I'm gonna take the Lady Gaga House Labs concealer. I just feel like they go so well together. This is also in a shade I did not think I would be. This is number 2, Fair Golden. I think it honestly is a tad light for me, and this concealer is so thick and so creamy, but it blends out like a dream. So again, I'm gonna take a little bit of the brush and just kind of like disperse the concealer. It fans out before I press it in. And this concealer is supposed to be self-setting, so you don't get any creasing. I still like to set it with a powder because I have some crepey under eyes, if you ask me. But I just disperse it like that, not to where it's fully blended in. And then I take a concealer beauty blender and gently pat it underneath my eyes. I just feel like this gives me a nice mix between full to medium, or medium to full coverage, I think, without it looking too cakey, but then also not getting not enough coverage from using just the beauty blender concealer. The concealer beauty blender, I mean. I usually let it sit for just a minute or so. And I mean, like, even just looking at that up close, can you see? Just, it's so glowy and so nice. I will say though, because it is glowy, if you are a dry skin girly, this is amazing. If you are a super oily girly for underneath your eyes, just gonna warn you on it, because it is a hydrating and very like luxurious moisturizing feeling concealer. Then I'm just gonna take some of this Huda Beauty powder, setting powder in the pink cherry blossom. This is literally such a beautiful under eye setting powder. It's got like that pink hue to it, so I'm just using a little Amazon puff, and I'm getting it directly underneath my eye, not bringing it too far down, but I am gonna leave that there while I do my contour and my blush, and then we'll kind of brush it away after when we're blending everything. I have found that you can put cream contour like right up against this and it doesn't separate or look weird. So I wish it wasn't so smell heavy. It's got like a really strong rose kind of smell to it, I guess, and I don't love that, but anyways, going in with Makeup by Mario, we're gonna do just a little contour here and here. I'll put a little on the forehead today, just being a little crazy. I actually really like the brush that's on the end of this. So when you're buffing your contour, and I have noticed this, I do it shorter than I think, because when you're buffing it out, you kind of like naturally tend to bring it down. So I would recommend not going super, super far down on your face with your contour stick or cream contour. I just don't love powder contour or bronzer unless I'm setting it. I'm definitely a cream contour and bronzer and blush, which I'm so excited because I have another beautiful cream blush to use, but we're gonna use an actual Merit brush for that because I think that's what you're supposed to use. So if right now it just looks a little crazy because we're gonna end up blending it all out. Anyways, can we just a moment for this color? So beautiful. This is in the color Cheeky. It is a Flush Balm. I use their brush to apply it. I think I'm gonna put it directly on the, on the brush, and then I'm just gonna gently pat it. Oh my gosh. That is so, okay, hold on, stop, look at the glow. I love when I discover new products that just like blow me away, because I'm such a creature of habit that I rarely try new things. And when I do and it works well, I am just like so happy. Now, again, we haven't blended yet, so just give it a second, but the color, the consistency, wow. Then I'm going to take the Beauty Blender, I'm gonna respray it with some MAC Fix Plus, and then I'm gonna buff this out and kind of blend it upwards. It's also gonna be like pressing that original powder, the Huda powder, underneath my under eyes. That looks so nice. Oh my gosh, love. I am having issues with this side of my face still, so it's still a little bit swollen, and I find that makeup in general just like doesn't really sit super nicely over here, so I try not to apply too much product to it because I don't want to look crazy. So nice. I'm doing more. This color is absolutely stunning for fall, and it's like so complimentary to the eyes. Forgot I got a highlighter too. Love when I don't even remember what I get. This one is the Day Glow Highlighting Balm, and same kind of concept. I'm gonna actually just apply this directly to my highlighting area. And let's just see the swatch of this first. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay, actually I might just put it on my finger first and then like tap it on top of where I just put that blush. Oh my gosh. You just had like a good makeup day and it works. It's nothing's worse than when you have a bad makeup day and you feel like you want to take away everything after you just put it all over your face. But it's so nice when everything works well together. Oh my gosh, look at that highlight. Ah! It's got that like glowy kind of dew to it. It's not shimmery like a traditional powder highlight, which I don't personally like anyway, which is why I got the liquid or cream highlight, but I've actually never used a balm highlighter before. I typically would like a liquid, but this I think actually blended really, really nicely into everything. So I'm gonna give this a quick little spray before we move on to my lashes. This is just the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I feel like I blew this up before TikTok because now everyone on TikTok is obsessed with it, and I've been loving it since it came out. So I like to do that after I've done my base steps to kind of just like soak everything in. And I think this just looks literally stunning. Just the overall glow, the consistency. I think I'm gonna do my lashes and then finish with the lips. I'm just going to curl my lashes a teeny bit. I don't really do this a ton, but this is just because I'm going to apply a little bit of falsies. And another new product that I'm gonna try today is actually these like individual lash clusters from Kiss. Another little drugstore product that I wanted to try for you guys. I've been wearing Lashify for a little bit just to give my natural lashes a break. And I did find this Benefit Fan Fest mascara. I talked about this in last month's favorites video. I am obsessed with this mascara, and that's saying a lot because I really, really struggle with mascaras, especially because I feel like so bald from not having Lashify on. I'm just gonna do a nice light little coat here and let that dry. Basically, you just take your tweezers that are in here and you dip the ends into the glue, and then you just apply it to the outer edges. Okay, well, I'm excited for this. I may have to do this like facing over here and concentrate, so give me a minute. My lovely girl came to join me to watch this eyelash application, which is not going so well, might I add, because they look okay, but like the clusters of these are ridiculous to put on. I don't know. That's what it looks like half on. So I gotta put the other eye on and then I'll show you the finish because this took me like 20 minutes. Okay, so this is the lip color that I'm going to use. Stunning. This is a true fall, like brown satiny lip. So I think I definitely need to do a kind of brown or mauve. How about deep taupe from Anastasia? Really goes well with that. So if I put it next to, this is the liner and this is the lipstick, and I think that's just like literally perfect. So let's do that. Also kind of bringing this lip liner in just a little bit because I don't like the look of like a harsh liner. So whenever I do my lip liner, I kind of like shade it in just a tad. And I like press it so it kind of stamps to the top. Honestly, that liner on its own is so pretty. You could totally just put a gloss over that and, oops, and it would be so nice. So this is a soft satin finish. It's supposed to be really lightweight. So let's put that to the test. Oh, that was such a good choice on the liner. It definitely has a very hydrating feel to it. I love a good satin lipstick. That looks so nice with the eyes. I am so proud of myself today because it's been a minute. I haven't done a full face like that in a hot minute. So I'm gonna take that Morphe and set all of that. I like that a lot. I am so impressed by those Merit products. I really have never heard of them before and I have never used them. So that was my first time and my first impressions are that I really like it. So this is kind of what the full look came together like. I think it's really like nice and light, but also has that fall edge to it with the lip and that little bit of like dark shadow with the glitter. I think it's so cute. So let me know if this was helpful for you or if you think I should try anything else in the new fall season that we are approaching, because you know I love me a good fall look. So that is the end for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe so you never miss a Monday with Manders. And that is the makeup look for today.